Hi.
Oh, I see Cara is trying to figure out her mic situation.
Can you hear me now? Sorry, I say that
I
every
feel like
time.
I
But yeah, this is my mic wouldn't come off mute when I was in here before as co-host. So now I'm testing.
how's my mic sound?
I can hear you guys just fine, but it wasn't allowing me to take my mic off mute when I came into the room the first time. So I don't know what that was about. It was a little weird.
But what, like, how do I sound though? I'm my
Pretty clear.
oh, clear now. Oh my gosh, maybe I'm getting better because it didn't sound good at all earlier. Let me know when it's bad. Then I'll switch to my Android, which I don't know how to use very well. That's why it flusters me when I have to use it. But my good friend Legion is here. Hi, Legion. So welcome to Beauty Spaces Bar. I'm here with my co-host Cara and Sarah, and we're going to talk about celebrities who launch beauty brands. I think last week when we talked about Kim Kardashian's skincare line and did not notice she had psoriasis, and how cute it is that the guy she's dating puts zit medicine on her when she's too tired to put it on when she falls asleep. Did you guys read that story?
I don't recall that story specifically, but I do remember the conversation we had about uh her last week. So yeah, I was thinking about her again this week and just the fact that she launched a beauty brand and how iconic it was for her to do such a thing. So I mean, we could start off talking about the Kardashians because they are, technically celebrities who started beauty brands. At least I would say so.
I mean, Kylie is
But
considered a self-made billionaire, so I mean, yeah.
do you would say she was self-made?
I wouldn't consider her self-made because her family, she was raised as a Kardashian Jenner. I mean, like she already had money when she was a child, so I wouldn't consider her self-made. I don't know why people consider her self-made, but that's what people do.
Well, I think maybe because she did it without promoting it on their, you know, reality show. Because I remember when she was doing pop-up for her makeup brand.
Yeah,
That was really
I thought that was cool. I remember seeing a bunch of people talk about Kylie Jenner's pop-up um, little beauty locations where you go pick up some of her Kylie skin or some of her Kylie brand makeup.
so I'm gonna share a story from Vogue.com Australia. I don't know what it is. I've been like hanging out with my co-host is from Australia. My last guest was from Australia, but this one is interesting. They listed 27 celebrities who have their own beauty brand, and the top one, of course, is Kim Kardashian, and then the number two, my God, Rihanna. I mean, I think her bronzer is incredible. I don't know. Have you guys tried her makeup?
Yes, I love it. I love the bronzer. Um, I have a powder as well that I really like from her. That I think it's like a setting powder, and it's like a buttery soft setting powder. It's so nice. I love it, and I
I
love the packaging.
I haven't tried any of her her Fenty beauty brand, but I've heard so many people talking about it. I have yet to try, but I really want to try her blushes, her liquid blushes. And I've also heard about like I also want to try like Selena Gomez's Rare Beauty.
Yeah, she got into makeup also. I love her. She's very unique and so down to earth and real. I just really love her as her personality. You know, she went for like what, a couple years without being on social media. Did you guys meet?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, she
I
stopped doing social media altogether.
Yeah, I think she decided that it was too much for her mental health. And she took the step forward by stepping away from the media for a while.
I think that was the same for like Miley Cyrus, but I don't think she has a beauty brand, or does she? She has a perfume, right?
I'm pretty sure she does have perfume, but I'm not sure about a beauty brand.
I just shared it. I'm gonna pin it to the nest so you guys can take a look at it. I find it interesting. There's like I can't believe there's 27. I mean,
What
I'm
about
surprised
Kesha?
Madonna doesn't have one.
What about Kesha? She has a beauty brand.
Yeah, I think she's listed on here. Hold on, let me pin it.
I know that Drew Barrymore has Flower Beauty. She sells those locally and like Walmart. I think they sell them at Target and Walmart and any like drugstore or even Ulta. And there's Jessica Alba who has Honest Beauty.
According to the story, I'm gonna go the 27th one is Khloe Kardashian. She has her own Coco collection by Khloe Kardashian. And then there's Kourtney Kardashian, who launched long before the launch of Push. TMZ report that Kourtney Kardashian was set to follow her sister's first steps. So her is Court, Kourt. On oh, I didn't know Pharaoh had one. He has one too. Did you know that? Well, more like a skincare, not makeup.
I'm going through the whole list and I've seen a couple of the names that I've, named off like Jessica Alba, Drew Barrymore. Then we've talked about Rihanna, and I completely forgot about Mary Kate and Ashley.
I think a lot of us forget about them a lot of time. Oh, what about Serena Williams? I didn't even know she had one.
I didn't know that either, actually. I was just looking at the list as well. So that's why I was on mute there for a second. But
Okay, I'm thinking also Ariana Grande just launched Rem. I think that's what it's called, Rem Beauty. I just remember hearing she launched a line. Halsey has launched a line. Millie Bobby Brown. I kind of hear a lot about it because I like to watch a lot of YouTube beauty gurus, and they like to get PR sent to them from some of that stuff, and I like to watch some of their reviews.
I used to do that a lot with my friend Nikki. We would watch the reviews on YouTube quite a bit from all the different beauty gurus on there, the beauty influencers on YouTube, rather. And then we just sit there and gossip about which palette we'd want to get next, or which foundation was next on the list of ones to try. And then we'd sit there and do our makeup while we watched them. So it was fun, and it was just a way to pass the time and talk about beauty stuff at the same time. So it was just really fun to do that. So I get where you're coming from, Sarah, on how it's entertaining to watch beauty influencers on YouTube.
Oh, it's hilarious. You know, it's funnier is for me to watch my nieces. One of my niece, she does it, and the way she goes, I mean, oh my god, I watched a lot of YouTube video too. You know, I'm on YouTube, but I always forget to tell people to subscribe. You know, when I used to live stream on YouTube, I'd be forgetting. And then when people try to tell me what to say to tell people, I get all flustered. I don't like it. I just like to say it the way I want to say it. So I don't like reading lines. I don't like reading anything. But when I have to do something for my clients, they want me to do a live stream on YouTube. It drives me crazy because people will be telling me, "Oh, don't forget to tell them to subscribe. Don't forget." You know, it's kind of I don't know. It's funny, but if you watch the beauty videos on YouTube, it's really hilarious. Some of them are like incredible. They're like magicians, you know. But but did you guys know Cardi B has one, or she's gonna have one pretty really soon?
Soon? It's coming out soon, then I would assume.
It's called Barty
I
Beauty.
didn't know that.
Barty Beauty is her. It's called. Scarlett Johansson has it too.
Yes, I did know Scarlett Johansson was coming out with something because I got an article in my email about it a while back.
What about Lady Gaga?
You know, I didn't try her stuff when it came out
People
back a few years
people
ago.
swear by it. They swear by laboratories, I think that's what it's called. People swear by their liners and their lip products and stuff like that. Say they're like really creamy and super pigmented.
Okay, so number 18, we have Jennifer Lopez. Okay, Lo Beauty. I mean, I've used her bronzing, you know, for the body bronzer. I use her what I do is I take a little bronze, just a drop of the bronzer, and I mix it with my foundation, and then I warm it all up, and then I just start from the center of my face and just swipe out, and it really gives you a nice glow, and it stays on too. It has a, I feel like I mixed it with a primer. But
That
Jennifer
sounds
Lopez,
like a good
yeah, Jennifer
combo.
Lopez is she got going on.
I
Jennifer-
had one of JLo's lips stuff a long time ago, but I don't remember what the shade was, but I loved it and I used it until it was all gone. Like it was a lip gloss, I think it was, or like a lip cream gloss. I don't remember exactly, but I loved the way it felt. I loved the way it looked. It was just a really nice, like, scent flavor to it. And I just loved the whole thing. And I don't remember what the shade was.
It's probably bronze shimmer. Or what
Probably something like that. Yeah.
bronze for her. Oh, what about Lauren Conrad? I don't know, from the hills on the hills. I don't know. She launched in October 2020. Lauren Conrad Beauty. I have never heard of it. I've never really followed her, so I never heard of that cosmetic line.
Me neither. Yeah, I haven't heard. I remember her being a thing back in the day because of the Hills show, and I was a big fan of the OC, not the Hills, but like the Hills was basically the real live version of the OC show, and I yeah, I just remember her being really popular back when that show was really popular, and then she just kind of became internet famous after that. I think I don't really remember what she did specifically to become considered such a recognized person, but I think that overall launching a beauty brand is probably a good step for her. You know, I think she was recognized for being a person of society in general, so I think that might be a good step for her to launch a beauty brand. So hopefully it's nice. I haven't heard of it though until now.
And I like Tracy Ellis Ross. I've seen her in movies, but I never even knew she came up her own care line called Pattern for curly hair. Never knew that.
Hey Sarah, you should try some.
I'm always down to try new curly hair products.
Do you know who Addison Rae is? Who is she? She's supposed to be a TikTok.
She's like a big TikToker. She hangs out with. She's like best friends with Kourtney Kardashian, but she like makes YouTube videos, and she also is a big TikToker, and um, she's all over social media.
Okay, when you told me when someone said Kanye West got one, I was like, "What?" He named it after his mom, Donda Cosmetics. Wow, yeah, his mom was like, she was beautiful. She was all about that. Unfortunately, she passed away. She died on the table in liposuction. Um, but she was perfect. That's why I can see why he was so attracted to Kim Kardashian because his mom was always perfect. I mean, like when she was alive, I remember used to looking at her going, "Wow, this woman's beautiful." And she's always her face, and she's her makeup, and that makes sense that he did that. He secured on June 2nd, 2020. He secured the uh he officially secured on June 2nd under Jeezy is his brand. But I haven't seen it. I mean, I haven't seen it in any of the stores.
Yeah, I have not seen that anywhere, and I don't think we would see that here. I think it would be something that would be in like a bigger city, probably only in like high end department
Or
stores.
it could also be exclusively online only.
True, that's the other option. Is if it is launched already, then it could be online on a website only that I've never seen before or heard of. I mean, plus also I'd have to take a look at the cosmetics itself and see if there was anything I would want. But um, I'm always interested to see what people come up with when they launch a beauty brand. Like if there's anything new and exciting that we've never seen before with makeup.
Well, I'm just getting through some of them. So we know Kendall Jenner has one. So we know that she doesn't even look like the same lady. I mean, I know her lips weren't always that full, but she looks gorgeous. She doesn't look quite like her sisters.
No, she has definitely changed her appearance around a lot, but she doesn't resemble it. I don't think she resembles her sisters very much. Like Kendall, you can tell that she maybe has had some work done, but maybe not like a lot of work done. But Kylie has definitely taken pride on getting some work done. But she is really pretty. She has like really smooth skin, and I wouldn't want my lips to be that big, but I mean, at least she's, you know,
I lived once. I would never do it again.
I would
I,
be
I look like a
terrified that I would look like the person from Futurama.
oh no, I wanted to have these. I went through a stage, because I was working with a lot of cosmetic surgeons and stuff. And they were always like, "Oh, what do you want us to do for you? Like, well, let's do something for you." I was like, I'd like to have some little fuller lips, just a little bit. I did not know how much fillers he put in, but my lips are so big, it was coming at you. It was something that I actually took selfies of myself. I had to go to an anti-aging conference, so I think a lot of the doctors that it could be big, but I have pictures of me in this hyperbaric chamber. I'm posing, taking pictures of myself with this big gigantic collagen lips, and to this day, a lot, if you look at it, it's kind of like looks pretty decent, but in person is not really beautiful at all. Actually, it's kind of scary. I don't know. I know girlfriends who had their lips done, but as you get older, you know, it's not really. You gotta continue keeping the upkeep of it.
I've never done fillers in any of my facial features, but I had some friends that did, and they liked it. They said it was nice, and they thought they liked it for themselves. And I have a one friend that gets Botox regularly for her wrinkles on her forehead, and I've never needed to, so I've never done it. But I do like lip plumpers. Um, like lip venom. That stuff is amazing for a lip plumper. If you ever need a lip plumper, try lip venom. It'll plump your lips up very well.
Oh yeah, it's the bee sting. But you know, I want to say hi to my friend Brian and Devin's in his space. So I want to say hi to the people, my two favorite person. So Jennifer Aniston is the other one that I'm did not know that she had something. She had a makeup line. No, she has a hairstyle. Okay, it's called Lola V. Is a glossing detangler. So remember how she was famous for her hairstyle when she was married to Brad Pitt.
I do remember the Aniston.
Did you get one? Did you go and say, I want that haircut?
No,
You were young then.
got one.
It's just like me when I went blonde once, and once was enough. I think it's a lot of work.
Same. I've done grays though since then, and I've liked that, like silver, because I wear wigs, so I can change it up all the time. But I really liked when I had my silver hair. It was really fun.
My husband wants me to have like silver and purple hair, and I'm like, that's a lot of maintenance to keep up. And I'm good. I have dark curly hair, dark like brunette curly hair, but I've wanted to like change my hair and make it more colorful. I just haven't done it yet.
Take your time. I used to do a lot of coloring because I worked for Goldwell and I sold hair color and stuff. That was my previous life before anti-aging medicine or social media. But hair coloring, it's not really healthy for you. If you do it a long period of time. That's why I like the last 2 years I haven't really done anything to my hair. And like a lot of my friends have continue going to get their hair done. But the more you read up about it, you have to be really careful what kind of product you use on your hair. I have friends that never their hair fell out and they never grew back. So you should tell your husband that.
My husband likes to shave his head, even though he has a full head of hair. He could grow.
Some women find bald men sexy.
I do. I think he's sexy. He's a good looking guy.
Apparently, my mom thinks a bald man is sexy because my stepdad shaves his head.
And he has a full set of hair too.
No, he just keeps it bald. I don't remember I think the last time he had his hair was when I had like my 8th birthday. Ever since then, he's been bald.
Yeah, that's kind of like well, I think that's a trend too. It's like bald men with big beard.
Yeah, he just grew
Yep.
after like last year. My stepdad decided to do no shave November. He had a big beard. He grew it out, and he's ever since then he's kept it.
Kenton has a medium sized beard, but he does have no hair on the head and a trimmed up beard, so it looks nice.
Hi, Brian. Oh my gosh, I missed
Hello,
you.
Tonya. Missed you too. Hello, ladies.
Oh my god.
I just came in maybe a little late. I was shopping, but I wanted to say something about the lips. Um, it's a fine line where you can go overboard and you don't even know it. I'm sure you've seen that with some models where they've done too much and there's no turning back. I just noticed. So this weekend, I was looking at some movie posters for some upcoming movies, and um, oh God, I'm drawing a blank of her name. She was in Speed with Keanu Reeves, um, the actress.
I'm gonna look at it right now.
God, help me out, ladies.
Sandra
Bullock.
Bullock?
Yes, thank you. So she's in a movie poster, and it just really looks bad. I mean, even with touching up movie posters, she has these big, like, fish lips. And I mean, she's over 50. She's in her mid 50s, and she's starring with oh God, that actor. I'm drawing a blank now, but he was in that.
My favorite, I can't remember his name. The male stripper
Yeah, the
guy.
male stripper guy. Yeah.
Channing
No, it's
Tatum?
Chase
Channing Tatum.
yeah, right, Tatum, right. This is
Channing
okay.
The
Tatum.
sexiest man
Yeah,
alive.
right. With two BDI,
The section is
two
five.
BDIs. Um, but there's a fine line, where you can get the lips too done, and you've seen that. Um, where it, a lot of internal factors can make the lips plump without doing any procedures. And so Tonya knows this. I talk about this. This is also in Tony Robbins' new book, Life Force. I highly recommend it. It's a great read. It's also forward and written by two longevity doctors in there, and he goes over the fascinating research of peptide therapy, which is kind of new to a lot of people. But peptides are basically a sequence of amino acids, and they work on your biological systems to regenerate certain things in your body. So, for example, there's peptides for hair regrowth, what's called copper peptides, and you can put those on your hair. He has a whole chapter on hair regeneration, hair growth, red light therapy. But there is one interesting peptide called ipamorelin, which is a growth hormone secretagogue peptide. Different than kind of growth hormones, a lot safer, very inexpensive. And that will also add to the thickness to your hair as well as making your lips plump. It's fascinating. It works way better for women than men, just because women have different growth hormone receptors than men do. But this particular peptide, which you can get prescription from your doctor, anti-aging doctors in your state, um, just 8 weeks, you'll see a big difference in the thickness of the collagen in your face, which will also add to your lips, and you'll see.
What's it, Brian?
Yes,
What's it called again?
ipamorelin. It starts IP. Don't ask me how to spell it. It's Iprameroline. Oh, excuse me, Olin. Ipamorelin. If you um, if you just type in growth hormone releasing hormones, and you'll see ipamorelin. So it's in his book, around the fifth or sixth chapter, around the 215. I want to say it's in those pages, the early 200s. He has a whole chapter on that, and then he goes into the whole hair. So it it's it's really just Tony Robbins is kind of the front man, but he has all these anti-aging doctors that contribute to the book. It's a New York Times bestseller. I highly recommend it. I don't usually recommend books on this topic, but if you want to get the basics where women don't have to get the Botox or the lips done, they can start with stuff internally, very inexpensive. And another one is astaxanthin, um, which is what makes lobsters red. It's a antioxidant you can get over the counter. A lot of good companies sell it, astaxanthin. So it helps prevent you from burning when you're out in the sun. But it's also very good for plumping up the skin, making the skin very soft for women. Will plump up your lips, but also protect you from the sun. It's spelled Astaxanthin, astaxanthin. That's how you say it, astaxanthin. So
Yeah, it's that for your eyes too,
yeah,
right?
yeah, it has
Yeah,
antioxidants, really good for your eyes. It is a micro component in like a lot of algae, like spirulina, and but they've discovered this, um, that not only is it a high antioxidant, but it also adds a lot of stuff to your face. It makes your face pop and glow, your lips pop. Also, just with collagen. So Jennifer Aniston is she's a sponsor of Vital Proteins, the collagen protein. So it's, a number of years ago, they thought it was just a fad, okay, collagen. But recent studies in 2020 and 2021, you can see on my Twitter feed. If you don't follow me, I'll follow you back. So Dr. Brad Stanfield on YouTube goes over the supplements, and he goes over the data in basic form so you guys can understand it. So collagen has been shown to give collagen peptides, adds to collagen synthesis, and you need vitamin C with that. But you'll see a big difference in the thickness of your hair after 30 days, but definitely after 60 days. You'll see your skin a lot more soft. So that adds to everything. Another thing that adds to like the plumpness of your lips is an adaptogen that's very safe. It's been around probably thousands of years, called maca. You probably heard of maca. So it is. It acts as more of a kind of a libido booster, but it's really beneficial to women because it kind of, if you're low in estrogen, it will actually increase estrogen. It's an adaptogen that a lot of holistic doctors recommend to women that are pre-menopause or going through menopause, because it gives that extra maybe estrogen boost, and that will also add some darkness to your hair, also some plumpness to your lips, and you'll see some tightness of your skin with maca. So these are a couple things I'm just kind of recommending that are in the anti-aging community that the stars won't tell you about, that they're definitely getting. They're definitely getting ipamorelin shots. They're definitely probably supplementing with collagen and astaxanthin. So I wanted to say that. Some really, really good stuff.
Isn't there another one where you take it, makes you tan?
Yeah, so there is a peptide called melanotan 2. So melanotan 1 first came out, and they found that it had more of a libido boosting effect. So these are particular peptides that work on the melon system, which is not melatonin, but melon, the melon in your skin. So there's actually.
I had a makeup question.
Excuse me, Kenny. So
we're in the middle of a go ahead, Brian.
So melanotan 2 is a FDA also approved peptide that boosts the melanin in your skin. So when you take it, you actually tan. So you just have to be out in the sun, say 30 minutes, and you will get darkening of the skin. But there's also other properties to it. It's very skin protective. So if you have skin that burns very easily, this will protect your skin from wrinkles and also freckles. Also, it has properties of darkening your hair, okay, and darkening your skin. And also a great side effect of this very safe peptide is a huge boost in libido. So they're working on right now for isolating what the properties in melanotan 2 that boost, your if you want to call it your sexual libido or your desire. So those are two are very fascinating things that actually, if you look at women bodybuilders that are on the stage that are super, super tan, they're taking melanotan 2. So they're not going, people think, oh, they spend all this time in the tanning booth. No, they're taking melanotan 2, which gets you that dark, dark chocolate cocoa look. But it also.
I know doctors are on it. When I see them, I know. I mean, I think you know who does it? Suzanne Summers.
Yeah. Suzanne Summers. She's very light skinned, but even people that are very light skinned, the Irish descent, can get tan on this particular peptide. So, and it's also very, very inexpensive, but get it from your doctor. Make sure you're getting the right dose, because initial stages can cause a little nausea, but that's really about it. But you see all those boosts in your melon in your skin, that's what happens when you go gray. You start losing the melon in your hair, and there's things that can preserve that, like zinc and copper in a balanced diet. Maca can help also keep your hair dark, but definitely melanotan too. But it's in that book. It's definitely in.
Well, you and I are doing a space with him. I'm working on. I already worked on it. I texted him, Raj, and I'm waiting for him to comment back.
Be fascinating space. I mean, we'll be able to blow the space up for sure. So,
Ken's dying to ask us a question.
Yeah,
hey,
Ken's.
Would you recommend melanotan 2 for men?
Yeah, melanotan 2. Men take it too. Men take it. So it's a huge boost in libido. Matter of fact, men are taking melanotan 2 in substitute of Viagra. So
where do you take it? Where do you get this? Do you have to ask your doctor first?
Yeah, you have to get it from your doctor. Yes.
Okay, I'll ask my doctor soon. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, see if your doctor will prescribe or knows about melanotan 2. I mean, it's been out for over 10 years. Not many docs know about it, the regular docs, but of course, I
moved recently. I haven't seen my doctor since I moved off the 7 appointment. That's right.
Well, the bodybuilding community has been known about for many, many years, for 15 years, and that's what they're using to get super dark on stage. But they felt, that men that take Viagra or Cialis, they have all the side effects with blood pressure. They take melanotan 2 or a derivative of melanotan 2, which is called PT141, which is just as strong and safer than Viagra. So fascinating stuff. Tonya knows I'm.
Yeah, I would be worried about my heart. I had a heart murmur once, and I wouldn't want to risk it.
Well, yeah, people that have heart murmurs or high blood pressure or have some heart deregulation, they got to be very careful with those kind of drugs because they kill thousands of guys every year that have heart attacks on those drugs.
Right. I want to live a long life, maybe another 40 years or so.
Well, melanotan 2 is one of the safer thing because it actually works on the central nervous system to basically increase libido. But
I could also use a tan. I mean, I'm very pale.
Well, man, this stuff will get you tan like no tomorrow. I mean, you only have to be out in the sun, 20, 30 minutes,
and you don't want to be into tanning beds. Tanning beds are horrible. You get cancer. It's the worst.
I actually did a space with Dr. Kumar about this because we did a space on why your Viagra and your ED medication doesn't work, and then we talked about that peptide, and he said that peptide is really good. He says that you're going to clean out everything first before you start going on the regimen or anything, but he says that peptide helps a lot, and then one of the side effects is you get tan.
You get tan. That's the side effect. So you basically have like all this sexual endurance and libido like you were in your teenage years, but the side effect is you get tan. That's pretty good, and it has a very, very safe profile too. So you start out very, very small.
That's amazing. I'm glad you guys are talking about space. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you start off very, very small, so you don't, get the nausea. But women that are looking like, hey, my hair is getting so gray, melanotan 2 will help for sure because it boosts the whole melanin.
That's why in my life I've never had a gray hair. It's strange. I know people that have.
Well, you're probably just keeping your melon. Some people genetically they get gray quick. I had a buddy of mine that got gray in his 20s, and it happened.
Look at Steve Martin.
Yeah,
that guy was white for like
way early. In his 30s. He was white. That happens to some people. They lose the melanin, genetically. It just goes.
Let's Get Small is the only record where he has dark hair. That's it.
Well, when you're stressed or you got sick or something, a lot of people turn gray. I mean, like I feel, I decided not to color my hair, but I feel like I got grayer over the last 2 years based on my stress level.
Yeah.
Just because I watched the news and people are telling me I'm going to die from COVID.
That's right.
Tonya, have you tried melanotan 2?
No, I've been in longevity. Worked for a compounding pharmacy in 2004. So I
Nice.
just kind of learned a lot from my doctors. They tell me all
I
this.
mean, maybe you should try it if it.
No, I can get it. I mean, I just haven't really like like I said, I can get anything I want. Like my doctor, because my blood work and everything's pretty much up to date. It just, for me, it's kind of like I do so much, and right now I'm not like I don't care what my hair looks like. Like I'm
Well,
not.
I want to get tan, and I want to get some of my sexual energy back.
Well, so
I'm at that age where it's lacking a bit. I mean, I get.
Let me just say, I just want to complete my thought here. So, the what stress does, as people know, is just stress. It's the cortisol that's released from stress, and the other corticosteroids that are released from your adrenal glands that can have a devastating effect on your melanin, your hair, your skin, and that's why you're under stress. You have more wrinkles, you get more gray. You need to keep the cortisol down. There's a number of natural ways to keep cortisol in check. One is a herb called ashwagandha. Also, good vitamin C can keep cortisol low under stress to keep that in check, so it doesn't wreak havoc.
Ever thought of doing a blog, Brian?
What?
Have you ever thought about doing a blog like your
I
the
think I'm gonna
blog?
go over to YouTube or maybe not YouTube, TikTok, and just do short little videos on all this stuff.
It'd be amazing. I follow you. I'd watch all of them. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I do. The YouTube guys I see that are doing this are not comprehensive. They're like bro science guys. They're just really basically these big kind of steroid freaks that don't know anything. They're just bro science guys. They don't really tell you where to get it, what the side effects are, what it really does.
You're not expert like yourself.
Well, I just don't think they're really in the mix. Like Tanya's in the mix. I'm in the mix with real doctors that do this stuff all the time. I go to conferences like Tonya does too. I read all the books that are coming out.
I wouldn't trust a steroid user.
Yeah.
How do you know everything?
Yeah,
you're using roids. I mean, come on.
They don't go to these anti-aging conferences, and they're not actually working with doctors that will prescribe this stuff for you. That that will treat you like a doctor and get you a real prescription for the stuff and can monitor you as you go on it. But I wanted to say one thing. So if you go to like Vitamin Shop or Costco, you'll see this, or even late night marketing on TV. They'll have this product called Cerebral Vital, and it's marketed towards women.
I don't have a Costco near me. It sucks.
But it's sold at a lot of pharmacies too, like Rite Aid and CVS.
I don't have a Whole Foods either.
So let me finish my thought, Kenny. So Cerebral Vital is a package of just amino acids, but in the package they talk about releasing growth hormone for women, so you can have those things we talked about, plumper lips, tighter collagen, and things like that. But the science is very, very weak. So they're basically going on 1980s science, and they're packaging these amino acids that been around for decades that do just a little bit. You've got to do everything right to see a little bit of results, but the results dramatically fall off after 30 days. So they keep going back and spending $80 a box for stuff that you can buy really over the counter at pennies on the dollar. And so the stuff that I'm talking about, we're talking about amino acids like arginine and proline and glycine are very inexpensive. You can mix those in your own little cocktail and you can have the same effect. Now, ipamorelin is a peptide. It's just a sequence of basically amino acids, but it's 100 times more powerful, okay, to give you the real effect that you're looking for. So say after 4 weeks, you will see incredible difference in your body fat percentage, in your hair thickness, your collagen, your skin tightening. So people want to know what Cindy Crawford and Jennifer Aniston, these women that are in their 50s, are doing. They're doing ipamorelin. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I know the doctor who did the clinical study. It was Richard. Oh my God, Richard Walker, Dr. Richard Walker. They did this whole clinical study, and then this compounding pharmacy made it. And then actually, when Dr. Dr.
Dr.
Chrysler,
Chrysler,
John
yeah.
Chrysler, yeah, John Chrysler, my friend, I just went blank. He's the one that he gave me. He showed me what it was, and I tried it. It was kind of cool. And it's like a sub Q.
Yeah,
You
it's a
put it like
sub-Q. It's a sub-Q, but they're making some ones now that are going to come out that are oral. That really help. They have a peptide that's oral that you can take for, like, if you have aching joints, or you have tendonitis, or you have certain gut issues, if you have IBS, or you're dealing with other gut issues. This particular peptide helps heal the gut.
I just want to say, sorry to interrupt. I am going to say good night now. Thank you for having the space, Tonya, and having Brian in it. He's very knowledgeable.
hearing you. It's been a while.
What?
I said it's been a while because it's been a while since I've heard your voice in my space. So it's nice hearing you.
Yeah, but I still follow you, and I'll see you around.
All right, Kenny. Thanks for popping in.
Kenny.
I will go with my doctor and get melanotan too.
Melanotan too. Look it up, man.
Melanotan.
Yeah.
All right. I got it. All right.
So,
Thanks, Brian.
I'll listen to the rest of the recording when it's done.
so
Yes.
I've been doing a lot of talking. So if you,
And I'm not a big replay person because I'm like, there's too many things to replay. But this, I will replay. Yes.
so if you ladies have any questions, I mean, that's you can find a lot of this good info in Tony Robbins' book Life Force, but it's a fascinating field. And Tonya, when I talked about this on Spaces over a year ago, or back on Periscope, it just went over so many people's heads. But women are looking for safe alternatives that work, and not to look at something that's going to, like, butcher their skin up by a scalpel, or something that could go wrong, say with the Botox or whatever. You follow me?
Oh yeah, everything. Most of the supplements you listed, I actually took, and yeah, Botox. The thing with Botox is like I used to get it all the time, but then I noticed that it goes, and I used to get it from John Chrisley. He just come to town, and that was my birthday present every year from him. He bring me a buy of Botox. So I pick my girlfriend to we meet up with him and we get Botox done together. So, but sometimes if you get the wrong doctor, you can have one eye like drooping, which is not a beautiful sight, and then they have to put in another product just to get rid of the Botox, which is not fun. So for me, that's when I was kind of like, maybe it's just better to do other things. So I take a lot of supplements. Sea bird nest is something that my mom introduced me. So when I'm not feeling good or anything, but I'm actually gonna like. I only have a little bit left because it's like it costs a lot of money, but it's the highest amount of natural collagen that you can get in your system. So I don't know if you heard of that or not, Brian. Sea bird nest. Have you heard of it?
No, I haven't, but I'm always interested in new things I haven't heard about.
Yeah, only over here that they don't. It's an Asian thing. A lot of people, a lot of women in Asia spend a lot of money on it. They drink it. It's kind of it looks like collagen actually, but it is probably is because they say it's the highest amount of collagen that you can get. And when I'm sick or someone's really, really sick, I can't seem to kick the upper respiratory infection. That's what I would use. But I noticed when I was using it, when I was drinking a lot of it, because I put in my tea, I cook with it, I noticed my skin was a lot plumber, like a much more healthier feeling. So I might have to start using that. And the maca, I've been using maca just because I was going through menopause. So I take 3. Life Extension has a product that has maca in it. And I was, I helped launched it. And back then when helped launched it, like it was like 12, 13 years ago. I wasn't in menopause, but when I got into menopause, that helped me a lot. And every girlfriend that I give it to try out, it makes them happy. And I think, especially if you tend to get prone for like you're sad all the time, you've seen maca makes women happy.
Yeah, it does. So that's a good point. So I think it was a study in 2012 or 14. It's a very small study buried under the literature, but women that are not responding to SSIRs, antidepressants, they're just not getting that happy boost. Maca has been shown to give that extra boost and make more women than men happy. I guess it's because the little pop in estrogen they get. Um, and so it is been one of those safe herbs that's been around a long time. You just put it in your coffee. It has a nice little buttery nut, flavor to it. So you can get organic maca powder at a lot of places, grocery stores, home goods, vitamin shop, online. So yeah, try out maca. You don't have to go through menopause to have a boost in libido or just see some skin tightening effects. The thing is, when you go to a particular surgeon, even if he has a great track record, he'll probably tell you, every procedure is completely different because the women's genetics are different. How she comes back from like a surgery or injury, there's a lot goes into play when you're healing, and just how your body responds to it. One little tiny miss of the scalpel can make you don't want to have that joker lip, or it's too plump, and the the injections or whatever he's doing doesn't set, doesn't go back in, like the lips doesn't have that normal look. And you might not see it like when you're walking through shopping, but you'll notice in photographs where it's just noticeably too big. Do you follow me?
Oh no, I had that experience. That's why I was laughing. I literally have had that experience. And you know
Yeah.
what? It actually causes stretch marks. That's why I had to get help. I had to go get laser and peel. But I like Exozone. Exosomes for my face is incredible. Now they can't use it for IV anymore for regenerative medicine. They can't use Exozone, but you can use it for your face. It's
Right.
really good.
So you're talking about exosomes and a new. So we can go back to copper peptides. So copper peptides are a topical. This is topical, ladies. So it it is it the peptide actually penetrates the collagen skin, where some peptides will not penetrate, especially topically. And they get in there and they actually act as little tiny stem cells. So, what the copper peptides do is that regenerate the stem cells in your own face, your own skin. So, this is a very, very exciting high end dermatologist on Rodeo Drive, Beverly Hills, Park Avenue. They're using copper peptides topically to, just blow wrinkles out of the water. I mean, if Jennifer Lopez is not on copper peptides, I'd be shocked. Or any of these other ladies that are in the celebrities or models, I almost guarantee they're using some kind of copper peptides now. And it's really good for regenerating hair. So one company is working on where you have one of those abrasion brushes, that have the little tiny needle marks, right? And you rub it into your skin, you rub it in your scalp, and you apply the copper peptides, and it actually will make dormant follicles grow. So, um, one, uh, they think, okay, so Tom Cruise, is in his late 50s. He has very thick hair still, and uh, surgeons think he's using copper peptides on his face and his hair. So, what's his co-star in Jerry Maguire, the guy that won the Oscar? What was his co-star, the football player? Gooding, Gooding Downey Jr. Is that his name?
Him, the one that's getting in trouble right now. Yeah, him.
Okay, so he was on a podcast. I think it might have been Howard Stern. He was on some celebrity podcast, and he says, "Do you think Tom Cruise gets any work done or has any work?" And he said, "Absolutely, he does." He says, "Oh, do tell the story." He goes, "Well, we were supposed to have a, he was going to have a party, and I came over unannounced a couple hours earlier, and I knocked on his door, and he had like a like 1,000 little red marks on his face, like he was stung with bees. I says, "What's going on with your face, man?" And it had like a light swelling to it, had all these little tiny, tiny red marks on it. And he didn't want to talk about it. He said, "Look, I'm busy right now. You can come in, you can hang out, but whatever, doesn't, you know." So anyway, where you have these cool YouTube channels where you actually have plastic surgeons do like the evaluation of who has work done and who hasn't. And when he was describing that, he says basically he was using an abrasion brush, with the it has all these hundreds of little micro needles on it.
It's a microdermal
Yeah,
abrasion.
right. Microdermal brush. Right, right. And you in your face, and it makes these tiny little red marks on it, and then you apply the copper peptides, and then it just sinks in and regenerates like your skin, your face. It makes it plump and makes you look like so much younger. But it takes, I don't know how long it takes to heal. Maybe it heals in a day, goes away in a day, maybe it goes away in 48 hours. I don't know. But that's probably what he was doing. Plus, he was caught with a red light machine on his plane, his private jet. So paparazzi got in there and took a picture. And the old beauty salons that that your grandmother hung out on to do her hair. They dry your hair. One of those kind of devices. Right.
Went brand new and it's in a package. Yes.
Yeah. I think they're still available in beauty salons. Okay. But they make high-end portable red light devices like that. You can buy the cheap ones on Amazon that actually do work to some degree, but the higher ones that you get at the spa, he had one on his plane. So you sit underneath this, and the red light gives off certain wavelengths that stimulates hair follicles. It does really work. You can get these, it's called the Poly Machine. Contact your local
brushes too, by the way.
Yeah, they have brushes.
828. My co-host and I, they got to cook dinner. But Brian, I'm gonna talk to you offline.
Yeah.
Because we got a couple books. We want to do a show on
Yeah.
our health
Yeah.
segment. I can't wait to do it. I miss you. I miss hearing your voice.
Yeah.
Guys, I miss.
Been really busy.
I was going to give you the mic, but we have to round up. And again, thank you, Brian, for sharing all your insight. You just reminded me of a lot of different things, and thank goodness I'm taking most of those things.
Yeah.
And Cara and Sarah, if you guys want, I can send you some, but some of the stuff he mentioned. I'll send you a couple bottles that I'm using, like ashwagandha. I take that to go to sleep, and I think that helps a lot too. So I'll get some of that for you guys to try out as gifts. But again, have a great day, Cara. Thank you.
And Tonya, we'll do a space soon, so we can go over.
Geek out together.
Geek out.
Yeah. Brian and I would sit around, we geek out on all kind of, and then we forget that we're in a space and that people don't understand what we're talking about. But it's okay. We do.
I was listening the whole time, Brian, and I was very intrigued by everything you had to say. And I think I learned quite a bit tonight. So thank you for coming in and sharing with us tonight. And I really appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely get the book because it's an easy read, even though it's kind of a thick book. It's easy to understand, and you're like, wow, I didn't know all this stuff works. And if you have any friends or family that are dealing with autoimmune disorders, he has a whole chapter on that. New experimental things for autoimmune disorders, but he has a whole chapter on skin and hair. It's a really great book, and I don't really recommend too many things.
No, he doesn't, by the way. I actually put it on the nest, but I'm going to reach out to him, and we're going to do a space and check it out and do our book review on it.
Okay, guys.
Have a good ladies. Sarah, I'll send you guys. I'll take pictures of what I take, and then I'll ship it to you guys so you can check it out. And we can do a space about it. Sarah's cooking dinner.
Yes, I am. I'm making tacos.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. So everybody have a great day, and I appreciate everyone for being here. I pinned the book up there, Life Force. We're going to work on getting Tony Robbins on to the space with Brian and I. And ladies, I'll chat with you guys later. And again, thank you very much. Have an awesome day, everybody.